Uh, okay, gentlemen. Today we are going to today. Yeah. Okay, gentlemen. Today we are going to discuss the Unit 7: Develop and implement reactive monitoring systems for health and safety. So here today we are going to discuss the NVQ level 6 unit number 7, develop and implement reactive monitoring systems for health and safety, and the unit number is K/616/9538. It is the unit 7 of this qualification. It is consist of 6 learning outcomes, and in total we have 27 assessment criteria. As we are doing usually, that we are not considering the learning outcome of CPD here, because we have a separate class for that CPD session and CPD learning outcomes. So in this one, we have to study, or we have to work at 5 learning outcomes and their assessment criteria. So here we have 5 learning outcomes and 26 assessment criteria. In first learning outcome, we have 6 assessment criteria. In second learning outcome, we have 7 assessment criteria. In third learning outcome, we have 2 assessment criteria. And in the fourth learning outcome, we have 5 assessment criteria. And the last learning outcome, number 5, has 6 assessment criteria. To successfully achieve this unit, we have to make sure that we have met these assessment criteria. So starting from here, as it is discussing about the reactive monitoring, as we know, there are 2 types of monitoring systems. The first one is active or proactive monitoring system, and the other one, this one, is reactive monitoring system, that once things are gone and you are monitoring the system to stop the reoccurrence, to stop the impact, severity and impact of same type of accident happening in the future. So our first learning outcome is be able to develop a health and safety loss event reporting and recording system. As I have told you earlier, that it is a requirement, it is a basically regulatory requirement to report and record incidents and accidents. So whenever we have a health and safety loss, it should be it can be a result. Normally it is a result of any accident or incident or dangerous occurrence happened in the workplace. So first of all, what you have to do in first assessment criteria, please mute yourself, please. So I was discussing about that the first assessment. So here, the first assessment criteria which is required by this learning outcome is number 1, identify health and safety loss events. So in your workplace, you have to identify that what are the losses have been faced by your organization with respect to health and safety. For that purpose, what is required from you, that you have to explain here that you have property damage, or you have LTIs in your workplace, or you have near misses in your workplace, or you have major accident in the workplace. You have to identify. For this identification, the evidence you can use will be an accident or incident investigation report, and in that are reporting even if you don't have a recent accident or incident in the workplace, or you can say you are very new to the system, or you are very new to the organization, it cannot be possible. But if there is such a case, then you should provide me a audit accident reporting procedure, so that will confirm me that how you are identifying health and safety lost event in your organization. But but all of you are working in the organization where the work is in progress and things are going good, things went wrong sometimes, so you can give me evidence in the form of accident reporting procedure, which can confirm that you are having a system for identification of health and safety loss event in your workplace. So you have to explain the health and safety losses in your organization, in which form they are. And secondly, you have to, in the form of evidence, I required a reporting accident incident reporting procedure from your side for an evidence. So the second one is 1.2 Devise health and safety lost event reporting form. So it is again the evidence can be remain same as, and the explanation will be remain same too, but you have to explain according to this, because here it is specifically asking from you for reporting forms. Okay, so you have to give in the form of evidences an accident form, an incident reporting form, near miss reporting form, or whatever types of forms with respect to reporting do you have in your organization. So in 1.3, you will see you can see there, develop the health and safety lost event reporting and recording procedure. So you have to explain here that how you are developing a, a reporting and recording procedure for your organization. And as an evidence, I require from you a accident reporting procedure as an evidence. Now moving forward, is it fine till here? Everything right? Suraj, Mahmood, teacher, is it fine?
Yes. Okay.
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 Yeah, clear.
Okay. Okay. In 1.4, it is asking about the plan, the implementation of the health and safety loss event reporting and recording procedure. So here it is saying that you have developed a reporting system in the organization. You have developed the reporting, you can say loss event reporting forms. So even you have system with you and you have developed that system, for the effectiveness of that system, the implementation is an important part of that. So here in 1.4, it is asking from you that you have developed health and safety reporting procedures. You have developed with respect to that. In addition to that, lost event reporting forms are there. So basically focusing on the accident reporting procedure, what is your plan in your organization for the implementation of that reporting procedure? You have to explain here that how after developing that procedure, how you are implementing this procedure in your workplace, in your organization. For this regard, what you can use as an evidence, you can use training sessions, meeting minutes, and TBT, because they can confirm that you, for example, if there is some type of accident happened in the workplace, so if you have a proper reporting and recording procedure there, then you can guide your workers that in case of any accident, how they can report, how they can record the accident. So the procedure should be shared with them, and whatever the methods, whatever the techniques you are using in your workplace for the implementation of these accident reporting procedures, just you have to explain there. And for evidence you can produce training session records, meeting minutes, and TBTs records. Now in 1.5 we have maintain records of the health and safety loss events. It is asking about that how you are maintaining the record of the health and safety loss event. As we have discussed in the active monitoring system that we were keeping the record of uh, proactive monitoring systems like safety inspections, safety surveys, safety tours, etc. So we have developed some systems like in the form of manual, in the form of hard copies, like we have different forms to complete and keep the record physically. And some of the organizations have a online system there, a platforms there to upload the data. So with respect to your organization, you have to explain that how you are maintaining the recorded the reporting data with you. With respect to this, as all of you know, the minimum standard for reporting an accident is accident record register or accident record book. That is normally used for the in the form of physical. If you want to save this, or you want to keep the record of these information, these reports physically, then you use accident report book. But in other case, you can also, some organization also have online storage of document, so you can keep the record of these reports on that online portal or online system. Now 1.6, develop a system to report health and safety loss events to the regulatory authorities. So the things we have discussed from 1.1 to 1.5 assessment criteria are related to the internal systems. Now, all of you know that it is a regulatory requirement that you have to report and record any accident, any incident happened in your workplace. So it is asking from you that how you are reporting the accidents and incidents to the regulatory authorities. So it is asking for the plan, or you can say it is asking for the reporting procedure. It is asking for the recording and reporting procedure, but here it is for the regulatory authority. So you have to explain that. And same, you have some different fields in your this type of form, but you have to explain that the specific accident procedure, accident reporting procedure with respect to regulatory authorities, that how you are reporting to the regulatory authorities. Okay, is it fine? Is it okay with learning outcome 1, please? Brother, just answer someone. Okay, fine. That's great. The just if unmuting and muting again and again, then just thumbs up. I can understand that things are going good. Okay, because your participation and your feedback is important for the for the effectiveness of these classes. So now we have learning outcome 2. The learning outcome 2 is be able to implement health and safety loss event investigation systems and procedures. The first learning outcome was just about the accident reporting procedure. Now it is discussing about the investigation. So this learning outcome will focus on the investigation systems and procedures what you have in your organization. You have to explain that procedures, that investigation systems in the form of assessment criteria. So here we have the first one, identify which health and safety loss events require a formal investigation. As all of you know very well that there is different levels of all of you know very well that there are different levels of investigation. So how we decide that what type of level or what level we are going to perform an investigation. So it depends upon the severity of the accident happened in your workplace. So in this regard, you have to explain the different levels of investigation you have in your organization. Like we have minimal investigation, we have low level investigation, we have medium level investigation, we have high level investigation. So what type of levels do you have in your organization? You have to explain here. And in evidence to that, you can show accident reporting and investigation procedures, whatever you have performed in the past in your organization or in the recent days. So you can share with me as an evidence. Now 2.2 is plan the implementation of health and safety. Yeah, Mahmoud.
Sorry, my laptop is hung. That's why I need to say something about the previous one, 1.6.
Yeah, sure.
And 1.6, and 1.6 actually for the SRA, we have a different form for reporting the accidents.
Okay.
And this form is especially from the government.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are reporting this one for them in the same form. So can we submit this form as an evidence?
Yeah, that form will be an evidence, can be used as an evidence. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now moving to 2.2, where we have planned the implementation of health and safety loss event investigation systems and procedure. So it is asking about the planning and implementation of health and safety loss event investigation systems and procedures. So what procedures do you have, or what system do you have with respect to investigation of accidents, how you can implement in your organization? So for that purpose, you have to first explain that how will you implement your investigation procedure into the workplace. You have to explain that, and then in the evidence form, you can share with me training session records, meeting minutes, TBTs, strategy for implementation you can use for the implementation of health and safety loss event investigation systems and procedures. So you can use that evidences there. So furthermore, in 2.3, we have implement health and safety loss events investigation systems and procedures. So it is it is again the almost the repetition of 2.2, but here we have to understand the difference between the 2.2 and 2.3 assessment criteria. For example, in not, for example, just looking here, that in 2.2 it is asking for the plan we have for the implementation of health and safety loss event investigation systems and procedures. But here in 3.3, in 2.3, it is asking about the implement health and safety loss event investigation systems and procedures. So here you don't have to explain your plan. You only have to explain how you are going to implement that. So the same evidences we have used in 2.3 can be used here. Evidences in 2.2 can be used here in 2.3. Like what they are, they are training sessions, meeting minutes, TBTs, and if you have strategy, a written strategy for implementation, you can use that. Now 2.4, investigate health and safety loss event. It is so simple. It is so simple. You have to just produce that some accident investigation completed by yourself. You even if they are not completed by yourself, but you are a part of that investigation team, then it will be fine. You have to share here the accident investigation completed by yourself. So that can be used and evidence. So in 2.5, identify directors, senior, line, functional, and technical managers, employees, representatives, and employees in order to advise them about the risk assessments that need to be reviewed in the light of health and safety lost event investigation, advise them of the possible breaches of statutory and common law requirements following health and safety loss event investigation. So here it is basically asking from you that how in your organization, after performing the investigation, the outcomes are, how the outcomes are shared with the all stakeholders or interested parties present in your organization. And with respect to that, the stakeholders and all of you know very well, there are interested parties and stakeholders in your organizations, both internally and externally. When it comes to internally, it is director, senior, line manager, functional manager, employees representative, and employees. And externally, it may be insurance companies, because all of you know very well that without the proper recording of accident, without the proper accident investigation, an insurance company never give you the benefits, or you can say will not give you the insured money or things. Where first you have to justify that. Other than that, the external parties maybe regulatory authorities, maybe law and enforcement agencies, police in some cases, and other organizations or authorities like that. So it is asking that how you are sharing the outcomes, how you are sharing the information to these people present in the organization and external to this organization. So in regard to that, what type of evidences you can use? Simple. You can inform them through emails, through meeting minutes, through presentations, or you call them, or you internally you call them for specific place and just give them a presentation that what happened, what is the outcome of investigation and everything, and then different safety reports are can be used here as an evidence. So moving forward to 2.6, manage the implementation of recommendations arising from health and safety lost event investigation. So here, yeah, Mahmood.
Yeah, Mr. Asad, here in the 2.5,
Hmm?
they are asking about the technical manager, employee representative, and employees in order to advise them about the risk assessment that they need to be reviewed in the light of the health and safety loss event investigation.
Yeah.
So how we will advise them as an evidence? What is the advising evidence
Yeah,
for this one?
for advice, how you can give them the advice. For example, I have performed an investigation with my team, so definitely I have some outcomes there, and definitely I have some suggestions, some guidance there that how these things go wrong, and I have identified the root causes, the immediate causes, and underlying causes. Now I am in a position to suggest them like some remedial actions, some good practices. So I will definitely email to them. I will definitely conduct meetings with them to inform them. And I will, for example, if I have some suggestion, they, on the email, they will definitely call me out that, Asad, you are saying like this. Now come and justify your argument or your suggestions and your recommendation. So I will go there in the form. Definitely, I will have some presentation to present there to justify my point. So these things will be used, or even the safety reports. For example, different reports, accident reports, incident reports, are will confirm my point of view that how why I have suggested this. So for this purpose, I have to share and inform them with the outcomes of the investigation, as well as because the remedial actions and corrective actions are also the part of a proper investigation reporting system. So I will share that information with all the stakeholders and interested parties.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now 2.6, it is asking about manage the implementation of recommendations arising from health and safety loss event investigation. So here it is asking about what I have just explained you, that after the investigation, to stop the reoccurrence, to stop the same type of accidents happening again, what we have on the basis of that investigation's outcome, we have some suggestions, some recommendations there, some corrective actions or remedial actions or probative or provision of some actions is advised to the management. So in this case, it is uh, actually it is asking that how we are managing that suggestion. So you have to explain here in your organization how the outcomes of an investigation and the recommendations with that investigation are managed in your organization. So in this regard, you have to explain that how you are managing them, and secondly, you have to give as an evidence that you have performed some investigation in the past, and you have suggested, or your investigation team has suggested some recommendations, and your organization has taken them, and the actions have been taken according to that. So you have to share with me the action trackers, action plans, implementation of additional controls. For example, you can say that before this accident, we don't have these two control measures in our organization. Now, after the accident, it was identified or recommended by the investigator that we should apply these two control measures in the organization, in our workplace. So you can just give the evidence of that you have implemented the additional control measures suggested by the investigator. So you have to you can show that too. Yes, teacher. Teacher, say please.
Okay, thank you thus far, Mr. Asad. I know I'm joining you back because I know you've explained that before.
Hmm?
But in a case where we've not had any loss event or minor major accident that requires investigation, so what
Hmm.
become our evidences?
No, I can't get you. Please speak it again.
I say in the case
Huh?
where we haven't had any major accident that requires investigation,
Hmm.
so what can we bring forth as evidence?
You can produce some accident investigation procedures there.
Okay.
Okay, you have to produce there, and if you don't have even accident in your workplace, so you should have some action trackers, action plans there in your organization, even you don't have faced a major accident in your workplace.
Yeah, sure we have.
Yeah. So because you know that whenever you are going to perform a specific task or activity, you should have a system in place there for that. So if you are not facing any major accident or incident, you can only share with me your investigation procedures. You can share with me the action plan, the action tracker you have in your organization, so that will be enough for me as an
Okay.
assessor.
All right.
Okay. In 2.7, we have keep records of health and safety investigation. As we discussed earlier, that you have to explain here that like active or proactive monitoring systems, how you are managing or recording or keeping the record of these reactive procedures like investigations, etc. So for this same, you can have the a manual system placed there, that you have a recording in the form of physical form, recording this in a physical form. And nowadays organizations have online storage directories with them, or you can say online storage portals there, where they are putting their information or every type of record. Yes, teacher. Teacher, you want
Sorry,
to
I
ask?
forgot to look at my hands. No,
Yeah,
still
please
the same
lower
one.
your hand. Okay, lower your hand. Okay. Okay, now moving to learning outcome 3, be able to conduct statistical and epidemiological analysis. So in this case, it is actually discussing about statistical, it is a branch of mathematics that deals with the assumptions and supposition. It is not pure mathematics. It is a study of something on the basis of supposition and assumptions. So other than that, we have epidemiological analysis. It is basically the scientific study of the causes of any health issues, any diseases in the workplace. So this learning outcome is just focusing on that why, it is basically focusing on that what are the scientifically, it is a study that what are the causes, what are the reasons for the health and safety issues or losses are in the organization. So in this regard, the 3.1 is produce statistical and epidemiological analysis of the health and safety loss event data in the organization in order to present it in a numerical and graphical format, interpret statistical and epidemiological analysis, and present to directors, senior line functional and technical managers, employee representative, and employees in a meaningful way. So first of all, going forward, it is discussing about the epidemiological analysis and statistical. Basically, the purpose is here that to present and interpret the data in the form of numerical, in the numerical form and in the form of graphs. So basically, drawing graphs or drawing different, you can say, chart is a major part of the statistical or statistics subject. Okay, here I am discussing about the statistics as a subject. So in this subject, it is very important to just what you have to do on the supposition and assumptions, and sometime on the behalf of past data, you have to conduct analysis. On the basis of that analysis, you are able to draw or convert that data in the graphical form, so that can help you to interpret more easily. For example, we have some trend analysis, we have some seasonal analysis. Like if sometime you can see that we have a production of something, like we have a production of oil, we have sometime in the form of charts and bars, like in 1980 it is the production was this much barrel. In 1990 the production was this one. In 2000 the production was this one. So according to that, on these past records, stats help you out to just check that in the coming years how you what will be your production. So in the same case, in the health and safety, on the basis of epidemiological studies, we just check out the causes, the reasons, and then with the help of that statistical techniques, we just look at the accident incident rate in our organization and what will happen in the future. On the basis of the last, or on the basis of the previous records, we just work on that and we just get a supposed or assumed value from the from these charts and graph, which can help us that how we are going. Like for example, if we are improving like 2%, 3%, 5%, so it is confirming that the next year we will have a 2, 3 or 4% of you can say betterment in health and safety. We can same with the accident incident ratio, that we are having a high rate of accident. After 1 year we have 20% decrease of the accident, and then again the last year we are having 15% decrease of accident. Now it is supposed or assumed that now we can achieve 17 to 20% more decrease in the accident on the previous record, on the basis on the data what we have collected from the last years or so. So basically it is used for that. So now I am just coming to the point to how you can clear it. So you have to explain here what you have to explain with respect to health and safety, with respect to your workplace. You have to explain here how do you inform the relevant people within the organization of the results of proactive monitoring conducted over a defined period, monthly, annually, etc. So you have to explain here, because why this is working on the proactive monitoring or proactive conducted over defined period, monthly, annually, because it is not after the happening of any accident or incident. It is just because of the past study that they are supposing or assuming that things can go good, things can go better, or things can be good or better, or in some cases, if you are not performing well and your graph is showing fall in that, then definitely you are going to face more bad experience in the coming future. So in this one, what type of information or what type of information can be used as a past record? So all of you have LTI statistics, accident by injury information, accident by area site information, accident by time of day information. So simply we can we can say that the records you have LTI record, you have accident records, you have minor injury records, you have dangerous occurrence records. So different type of accidents are there. On the basis of that, we can do the proactive monitoring. Is it clear for everyone?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So 3.2, keep records of health and safety loss event, statistical and epidemiological analysis. In this section in 3.2, it is again asking for where you are keeping the records of these stats, these statistical and epidemiological analysis. So simply you are having online server locations, online cloud-based storage locations, or if you are keeping the records, a graph in the form of printed form, hard copy, then it can be saved as a physical. So now moving forward to learning outcome number 4, where we have 5 learning outcomes. So we have number 4, be able to maintain communication with stakeholders of health and safety, reactive performance monitoring outcomes. Okay. Now here it is asking about that how you are sharing the information of reactive performance monitoring outcome with the stakeholders. So it is almost what we have discussed in 2.2, 3, 4, and 5. It is almost there. Okay. So first 4.1 is inform directors, senior, line functional and technical managers, employees, representatives, and employees of the outcomes of health and safety reactive performance monitoring. So here it is asking about that you have performed, or you can say that you have a reactive you have a reactive system there in the organization. So how you are informing the performance of that? So how do you inform the relevant people within the organization of the results of reactive monitoring conducted over a defined period? Okay. So here it is basically asking from you that you have to share the information that we have, what we done, we have reactive systems there, monitoring systems there. So with the help of that reactive monitoring systems, if we have achieved something, if due to that reactive systems, here we are doing good and our reactive techniques are good with respect to performance, then we have to share the information with all the shareholders, all the stakeholders, all the interested parties. So in this regard, how we can inform them? Through emails, through PowerPoint, through presentations, through meeting minutes, and through reports, we can confirm that our reactive monitoring systems are as well as the proactive monitoring systems. So 4.2 asking for prepare written and verbal reports of the outcomes of health and safety reactive performance monitoring. Simply you have to create a report, and you will definitely explain this through written communication, through verbal communication. So you have to give the you can use the same evidences what we have in 4.1. In 4.3, interpret to a lay audience the outcomes of health and safety reactive performance monitoring. Again, it is just discussing about these things step by step. So it is asking that lay audience which is not well aware of technically with your reactive monitoring systems, they don't have enough knowledge and awareness of that. So how you will interpret the information to them, explain them? So simply you will use the same techniques, but with the ease, the medium you will use for this purpose will be at ease and easy to understand for the lay audience that what you have achieved with these reactive monitoring systems. So you have to share the performance of that. Then 4.4, select appropriate recommendations based on the outcomes of reactive performance monitoring. So you are performing reactive performance monitoring. So it is asking that what appropriate recommendations are there. So in your organization, how you have made in the past recommendation on the results of reactive monitoring over a defined period. In this regard, you can share with me for an evidence reactive monitoring reports result section log tracker. Like you can say that after this investigation we had a suggestion or recommendations for like this, and we have implemented these actions. Now things are going on good or bad, it is another thing, but you can just give an evidence that you have applied that recommendation or remedial actions whatever recommended to you. So in 4.5, comply with the requirements of the regulatory authorities in respect of the outcomes of health and safety reactive performance monitoring. So in this regard, it is asking about that how you are managing the regulatory authorities. So whatever the authority you have in your area, or with respect to that, or with respect to what your organization is performing, your workplace is performing. So what you have to consider that, for example, internationally we have a regulation, RIDO, reporting of injuries, diseases and dangerous occurrences regulation 1995, and now amended in 2013. So it is having the name of RIDO 2013. So what you have to do, you have to explain that what type of regulatory requirements are there in your area, on your organization, and how you are reporting them. Like in UK, RIDO reporting, you have accident reporting, you have process and procedures for that. So you have to explain here that how you are overcoming with this problem, or you can say that how you are coping this these regulatory authorities with respect to your reactive monitoring. So it is ended 4.5. Now learning outcome 4 is finish. Everything fine?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Mahmood, Chicha and other guys. Teacher there? Okay, fine. Okay, Mahmood. Okay, now I am moving towards the last learning outcome. And as we are having some defined pattern in each unit, so again, this learning outcome, LO, is just checking your understanding about the development and implementation of reactive monitoring systems for health and safety, because without this understanding you can't perform well with respect to reactive monitoring systems for health and safety. But in this unit, because it is checking your understanding, your knowledge, so no potential evidence is required here. You have to explain in your workbook what is asked step by step in different assessment criteria of this learning outcome. So the first one, 5.1, is asking evaluate the nature and role of reactive health and safety monitoring system within the organization. So what you have to do in your organization, you have to explain what is reactive monitoring, what role does it play within organization, in your organization specifically, what benefits can it bring the organization. So you have to explain that what benefits uh, are are to your organization. What you can simply say that what benefits are brought by these reactive monitoring systems for health and safety in your organization. You have to explain that. In 5.2, it is asking critically analyze health and safety loss events that require formal investigation in relation to types, causes, impact, systems, and procedure. So you have to explain here what loss events require formal investigation within your organization. How does the type, cause, and impact of the incident affect the degree of investigation? Why is this the case? So it is asking about this one, that your organization, always every organization have accident incident there. So it is just asking about that, how you are deciding that what considering the type, causes, impact, system, and procedure, what type of technical procedure is there to selecting the different level of investigation in your organization, and why is this the case? It means that why we are using different levels of investigation, or you can say why we are using the different levels of reactive monitoring investigation systems for health and safety. What is the need for this, that we are performing the investigations on different levels? So you have to explain that with respect to your organization. Then we have explain reporting and recording procedure for health and safety loss event. So you have to explain with respect to your organization, your reporting and recording procedure, what are its strengths and where can improvements be made. So you have to first explain the reporting and recording system procedures in your organization. Then you have to explain their benefits, and then you have to explain the improvements which can be made with that reporting and recording procedures. You have to explain here. In 5.4, it is asking about explain principles of fault free analysis, event and causal factor analysis, effective written and verbal communication, how to respond to the needs of others, statistical and epidemiological analysis of data, including the use of the normal and Poisson distribution, histograms, pie charts, custom charts, and line graphs. So you have to explain all of these because these are fault tree analysis to find out the fault reasons, etc. So basically these are analysis technique we use normally. On statistical and epidemiological, I have explained a lot, but rest I will leave for you. So you have to explain these, that how these can be this can be used in your organization, or how these are how your organization is using these analysis. Okay, now we have 5.5, explain external factors influencing reactive health and safety monitoring systems and investigation. So as you know, because all the organizations have to face or have to work according to the regulatory requirements. So keeping in mind that we have different external factors which can influence our reactive health and safety monitoring systems and investigation. So that can be legislation in your country where you are working, industry best practice, client demands, insurance companies requirement, trade union requirement. So you have to explain whatever you are facing in your workplace. Then we have the last one, assessment criteria for this unit. Practically CPD, we will, as I have discussed earlier, and as I have discussed before, that we will discuss in the last. But now the last assessment criteria of this last learning outcome is 5.6, explain health and safety statutory and common law requirements regarding loss events. So in UK or in normally we have RIDO requirement, defense of civil claims we have, but you have to explain what you have in your workplace, in your organization. Is it fine for everyone? Yes, please.
Yes, yes.
Teacher, all good?
Yes,
Okay.
all good.
Okay, if it's fine, then I am leaving. And gentlemen, just listen. Now onward, because we have a schedule of having a class once a week. Now we are used to this qualification, and we also have to complete this qualification as soon as possible, because it is the requirement of job for everyone. So now I have a plan that I have even shared all the meeting links to you, that confirming this, that on consecutive next 3 days we have consecutive 3 classes for last 3 units. Then I will start doing the assessment in each and everything. Okay, gentlemen? So see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Thank you, Mr. Asad.
Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, good night, Allah Hafiz, and goodbye to everyone. Goodbye.